We are back. We made it back. We back. We black in the building. Shout out to everybody out there at the corporate plantation. You know I'm gonna hit y'all niggas with it. Did Jesus come back? Oh man, don't tell me he didn't. All that hooping and hollering and speaking in tongues. I'm about shando and and all this other shit. But we still broke. We still dealing with the system of racism, white supremacy, and we're still looking to establish a system of justice. So shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to my brothers, David Okama, James Youngblood, Shawnee, Erica, Jerica, everybody out there, Tasha, everybody out there. If I forget your name, my bad. But shout out to everybody out there, man. We have a great topic today. We're going to be talking about anti-black culture. And it's going to be a great one. It is going to be a great one. We're going to talk about love and hip-hop and these Afro-Latinos who will delineate themselves when it comes to tearing you down and calling you a black monkey. So we're going to talk about this, and we're going to play some audio of the cast of Love and Hip Hop and what their reactions were. Let's get into it. Hey. Man. I got some audio. I'm about to play it right now. Let's get into it.
Racial Slurs has aired. You've watched it. Tell me, what are you thinking? What are you feeling in this moment?
You know, seeing it live, seeing the scene, hearing the sounds, it was like you felt it.
Watching that.
I want you to listen to the comments and listen to what everybody has to say about all this, anti-black racism.
It was really upsetting to me.
To me, it turned from like a one-on-one to like a one on the culture.
My first go-to in anger or in outrage is not a racial slur.
Okay, Spice. The world has seen the episode. What would you like to say?
And if you don't know, there's a character. She's Jamaican. Her name is Spice. Chocolate sister, very pretty chocolate sister, but she's non-FBA, non-native black, but she is a beautiful black sister. And there's another girl on here who's Puerto Rican and Dominican, not Spanish, but Puerto Rican and Dominican, and called her a black monkey.
I don't want to get emotional. Why did I have to do this? I don't know. Whew. It's a lot. I don't want to. It's not just about me. Erica came for an entire race. This
is why it's important. It is very important to understand who you are. See, she could have easily said, well, I'm not no black monkey, I'm Jamaican. But in this case, you notice, oh, I'm a black woman. See? I'm a black woman. Now you're going to go into victim mode. This is why we try to tell every other racial group that comes here that is black, bro, it's my sister. At the end of the day, you black. You better stop delineating yourself and saying you Jamaican, you this. This is why Foundational Black Americans, as Dr. Claude Anderson teaches, and Native blacks, we should delineate ourselves. So there's a clear distinction of who we are, what we're about, and what goes on. And we need to stop uplifting people around these racists and these anti-black racists. Like this girl, Erica Mena, everybody around should be reprimanded. If you still her friend and you ain't checked her on TV and been like, bro, you out of pocket, you should be reprimanded, especially if you're a Foundational Black American. This is twice on the Paramount Global Network that we have witnessed a Puerto Rican or a Dominican call a Nigerian or a black woman a monkey. This happened on Basketball Wives, where that big-eared Fiber Goes West tramp who had done slept with everybody, your favorite basketball player, called that Nigerian sister a monkey. You know what I mean? So this needs to be addressed.
Racial slur is over 100 years older than me.
And you have to understand, this is what happens when you don't know history. This is what happens when you're not reading. This is what happens when you could just go to, oh, that's racist, but you're not giving context of why, because y'all are not studying. See, all these other racial groups claim that, you know, oh, I'm this, because I'm Nigerian, or I'm Jamaican, I'm this. But y'all don't know history. Because if you know history, you know the context of the terms and what it means to be called a black monkey and all these things, or porch monkey. You need to do some reading. How about you read A Price for a Pound of Flesh? How about you read Slavery by Another Name? How about you read The New Jim Crow? How about you read Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome by Dr. Joy DeGruy? How about you read Black Larry White Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson?
Deeply rooted into black history of how they used to dehumanize us, how they used to sell us and consider us animals. It's okay to say, oh, Spice was wrong for saying whatever I said, but it's a whole different thing when someone's response is to be a racist, or someone's response is to come for black women and dehumanize them.
You know, I seen a comment, Spice went low and Erica went to hell. I think that was the best way to describe it. Just because you go low, that doesn't mean you should go to hell. It kind of make you feel like disgusted. So you gotta make amends. You need to do some history. You need to understand what you're saying, because it's bad.
I don't feel that there's a difference between using a racial slur and being racist. It's the same thing. I listened to my great-grandparents tell me stories
Now, this sister is a Foundational Black American here, so listen to this.
about how they picked cotton and they were called monkeys. Monkey, get your monkey ass. It was very offensive. It wasn't right.
So after the Bahamas, I personally wanted to speak to Erica to, in my mind, educate her on.
Excuse me. Now, how many times have I told y'all we need to get off this educating people about racism, white supremacy? If you're bold enough to call somebody a black monkey, you know there's power behind that. You know what you were saying, you know what you did, and it ain't our job to educate you on racism, white supremacy. It's our job to establish a system of justice. The bitch should get fired. Nobody should be talking to her. Nobody should be fucking with her, and we should move on. But of course, this sister that's speaking now, she's non-FBA. Of course, you're gonna go over there and try to explain and make things right. Ain't no fucking make things right. You already said what you said.
The history behind calling a person of African descent a monkey. The first time I saw Erica was at Bambi's divorce party.
I wanted to talk to you.
If Erica would have given a real, sincere, remorseful apology.
No, there is no sincere, remorseful apology. You see how we do? And then you're not even breaking down the contents of what it is. You need to refer her to some books, because ain't none of y'all niggas read no books. So that's why y'all like, oh, the history behind it. And FYI, it goes back more than 100 years. So stop. In this country, it goes back 500 years. So So y'all need to stop with all the bullshit and keep it in context. Oh, but my bad, I forgot. You can't keep it in context. You ain't read shit because you don't know shit. This is what happens when you have a whole bunch of dumb niggas on TV that don't know their history and don't have an inkling of what's going on, and they just making up words. So what do you think about her comments? Oh, the 100 years in, history. Wait, hold on. Slavery is more than 100 years, and we need to keep it in context. See, this is how you're supposed to respond. What do you think about the context of call her a black monkey? Well, first we have to understand that she is not black, and she is Dominican and Puerto Rican. She doesn't even know her own history. She speaks Spanish, but she's not Spaniard. So we have to understand the context of what's going on. And within that context, people will come here and they long and like to be like black folk, but they don't want to deal with all that comes with being black. Meaning, they'll dance, they'll mimic, they'll emulate us black folk and partake in our culture, but at the end of the day, they'll go back to their Spanish-speaking Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and talk shit about black folk because they classify and identify themselves as white, where I can't identify myself as white because of my dark skin, and I'll be always labeled as a black man or black woman. And this racist white supremacist system goes back 500 years just in this country. And what that woman said is likened to the racist white supremacist Thomas Jefferson, Francis Scott Keys, who wrote the Star Spangled Banner, and all these other white supremacists, men and females, that participated in slavery. That's what you say. Oh, but my bad, you ain't read shit, so that's why you don't know that. My bad.
I would have went to bat to fight for her because I think there could...
Pause again. See? It's offensive on a level because it's TV. But if you're offended for real, you'd be like, man, you need to do some really deep research because you're participating in this culture and you're not black. Fuck all this Afro-Latino bullshit. You're not black. Y'all take pride in being Puerto Rican and Dominican. And I would keep it in context, and we have to understand, this person's lineage, they don't even know their lineage. They don't even know where they come from. And if they did, they would go back to where they came from, and they wouldn't be here in the United States of America. I don't care if their parents did come here for a better life. Their parents are cowards, and they fled. That's what I would say. They fled. Because what are you doing here? Because according to Dr. Claude Anderson's Black Labor, White Wealth, and Powernomics, you are here for unearned benefits. You are considered a freeloader because you would have done it in your country.
been a teaching moment for Erica.
Calling a black person a monkey, listen, I was offended.
You was offended.
And let me tell you,
because you chose to be offended.
See?
No.
Because you chose to be offended. This is what happens when you allow other racial groups into the culture, and then they feel like, well, what you offended about? I was just calling her. But no, that's the equivalency to David, James Youngblood. Tell me if y'all ain't heard this shit before. Shawnee, Erica, all y'all. All y'all here. Y'all ain't heard this before. Oh, I like you. You ain't like all the other black folk. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, I'm the good Negro that could, huh? I'm the good nigga. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Because you know me. No one's going to violate me using my child. There's no boundaries at that point.
Erica was not very receptive.
And violating, stop. You're going into victim mode. You meant that the whole time, and that's how you feel about the majority of the black women that's on this show. Probably all of them. And if I was every single one of those black women, I wouldn't fuck with you no more.
To what I had to say.
You called her a monkey. You insulted every person of African descent.
I just wanted that moment of like, I am sorry.
Was it wrong? Yes. But at the same time, how dare she? The bitch crossed the line. She violated me by coming for my son. And
Stop. So somebody say something about your son, you call him a nigga. Stop. This is what I mean. This is the shit that I mean. But y'all want to uplift all these other racial groups around you as they talk shit about us the whole time.
I will do it all over the again if she does it again. Period.
So you're saying you would say the same thing all over again?
I didn't say I would say the same thing. If I have to violate this bitch for talking about my kid, I will. Okay?
Erica was on defense. She was just like, I said what I said, and that's it. This is another sister that just wasn't educated. She doesn't know.
I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. I have black in my family.
I'm Puerto, whatever. Hey, Jay Sean Blood, David, when y'all watch this, if y'all watch this, go check out David. David from No Compromise. Go check out his podcast. But David, how many times did y'all hear me say Dominican, Puerto Rican? And look, that's the first thing they go to. Well, I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican. It's black people in my family. Oh, because you got a black abuela? That's why? So you think you call somebody a black monkey because you got a black abuela? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I have black children. I married a black man. My sister's the same color as you. We came out the same. There's not a racist bone in my body. I'm just as black.
Let's rewind this a little bit. Let's just rewind it.
There's the same color as you. We came out the same. There's not a racist bone in my body. I'm just as black as probably all of you.
I was super.
You're just as stop. Then if you were just as black as all of us, then why would you call her a black monkey then? Because you meant what you said.
Disturbed. Erica, being a mother of 2 black children, will quickly learn how this world treats people of color with a darker skin. Colorism is a real thing, and I never want to be a person that furthers that divide. I would more so prefer to bring us all together.
That's tether talk to me. We're not going to come together. It's just not going to happen.
Hip Hop Atlanta star Erica Mena won't appear in the next season.
Erica Mena will not appear in the next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta after hurling a racial slur at her castmate Spice.
Announced today that Erica Mena will not appear in future seasons of their show Hush.
When you step across that line, you have to deal with that.
You're saying racist words. And the way the world is today, they cancel you. It's only fair, and it would happen to anybody.
She shouldn't have been making no damn monkey sounds to no black person. Bottom line.
I know my ancestry really well. So that's why I'm hurt. We're not going to accept it, and it's just wrong.
We need to start having these conversations so that the lines aren't blurred and people aren't confused.
Well, let's cut the music back home. You know what? I was having a conversation, right? And this conversation, because I was like, man, shout out to Deion Sanders, Coach Prime. I'm happy for him. But there comes a time, even reading The Wealth Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, just other books that I've read, there comes a time where we have to often eject ourselves from the matrix and understand that football, basketball, baseball, that is controlled opposition. It's controlled entertainment. Why? This is how I liken it to. I can cheer for Coach Prime and cheer for football and all, but I have to wake up and go pay a power bill, which they're trying to increase 54%. I got to pay a trash bill, water bill, light bill. I got to pay, car insurance, all this other shit that comes into play. And as a whole, black folk, we don't own and control shit, as Dr. Claude Anderson says. And 62% or 60% of white folks own homes in California, and 19% of black folks own homes, or some type of figure like that. And it just makes me say, you know what? I don't get too involved in sports, and I just don't. What's one thing I noticed? When I went to go see The Equalizer, you see all these black folk and people at the sports book, right? And it's no diss. I don't diss. Everybody has their own thing that they like to do, right? At the sports book. Hear me out, baby. Hear me out, James Youngblood. Hear me out. I want all y'all to hear me out. You go to every sports book in town, you're going to see niggas there all day, right? I get it. While y'all doing low-level betting, the dominant society is betting on stock and making hundreds of thousands of dollars. While y'all making pennies to the dollar at the goddamn sports book, sending these casino owners' kids through college. While these motherfuckers are buying colleges. This is what I'm saying. When you go look at the stock market, these motherfuckers ain't putting $10 on the under and over and fucking watching the goddamn basketball game. These motherfuckers are saying, let me put a put option on Walmart for $1,000 to make back $10,000 type shit. We gotta reprogram our neuroplasticity to make some bread and have a different understanding of what the fuck we need to be doing, man. For real. And my comment was, I said, because a lot of times I'm different. I watch a little bit of sports, then I kind of like get off of that shit, do my own thing. And I just remember a comment was like, oh man, it's just entertainment. Like, it's not a big deal. I said, college is a scam. Oh, well, how do you feel it's a scam? I said, they tell you to go to school so you get a good job so you work for a Fortune 500 company. Well, we work for a Fortune 500 corporate plantation. And there are people that make $250,000, $300,000, $180,000. They ain't got no degrees, but we gotta have the degrees to make pennies to the dollar. And they just happen to be the dominant society. Everybody shut the fuck up after that. Stop. It's a rat race. We are owed reparations, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of watching my people suffer. I'm sick of watching my people not have bread and not be able to live a decent life. I want all my people to have nice cars and nice things and enjoy their lives. There's a documentary on Paramount Global called 72 Seconds. It's about Michael White and Larry Krishner. You want to talk about replacing the system of racism and white supremacy? Well, as a whole, Michael White in Philadelphia was riding his bike through Lincoln Heights or whatever, and this white guy who was a real estate developer was in the car, and he was trying to get out the alley, but somebody was taking a long time, so he started talking shit to somebody. So the black kid was like, damn, man, why you being a tough guy? Chill out. So the white guy starts talking shit to Michael White. Michael White had, he had a knife on him to protect himself. And this guy bull rushed him. Well, he ended up stabbing that motherfucker and killing him. So they wanted him to go to prison. Well, Larry Krishner, you talking about replacing the system of racism and white supremacy? Larry Krishner, he replaced that system for that young brother. Them white folk was mad at him like a motherfucker because he was for black folk being done and treated unjustly. Well, it had came out in the toxicology report that white guy, guess what he was on? Cocaine, dope fiend. And thought he was gonna talk shit to the young brother. And he bull rushed him, and they had it all on camera. And when he bull rushed him, he tried to body slam him and do all this other shit. And that motherfucker stabbed him and killed him. That's what happens when you do that and try to be some type of a tough guy. And they want to send this kid to prison and all that other stuff. And Larry Krishner, part of the dominant society, had a profiter with him. A profiter is where you can go in there and talk to the DA off the record. So basically, Larry Krishner was like, well, we're going to plead this down from murder 1 to murder 3. Meaning you were trying to hurt him but not kill him, and you're trying to defend yourself. So the kid got off, not guilty. So all these people start talking shit to the kid and all this other shit. And I like what that young man said. He said, I felt bad at first, but after that, man, fuck it. Oh well, I was defending myself. Nobody told that motherfucker to be a tough guy, and you was a dope fiend. And you was on cocaine. This is why we need to understand. But Warren, what do you mean? Look up Larry Krishner. Look up that Paramount Global 72 Seconds. You say, Warren, why are you talking about that? The reason why I'm talking about that is because if you're not replacing the system and establishing a system of justice, then I don't need you around. I don't need no Tim Wises around telling me about racism and white supremacy. I know how it works. But what are you doing to replace that system and establish a system of justice? Where are the Larry Krishners at? Where are the Keith Forsyths at? Warren, who's Keith Forsyth? He's the white man who picked the lock, who broke into the FBI building in Pennsylvania and got those COINTEL profiles along with all his other buddies, and they published those motherfuckers and let us know what J. Edgar Hoover was doing to black folk that whole fucking time. Where are those people at? Where are those people at the job? Tell us what's being said when we're not in the goddamn room. Don't be telling us the same shit that everybody's saying. And I'm so sick of every other racial group because they may get treated a little poorly. They want to liken their situation to foundational black Americans. You cannot do that. And see that, oh, I'm Jamaican. Oh, I'm Nigerian. That shit going out the window now, huh? Because that Latino bitch just called you a goddamn monkey. This is why now it's too late. Native black folk, we delineating ourselves. Handle that shit. But at the same time, what she said was wrong. It was anti-black. And you are participating in a culture that's not your culture. If you're Dominican and Puerto Rican, then you should be listening to some other type of music. And you should be dating motherfuckers in your culture. Not our shit. Motherfuckers act like, y'all better stop listening to that Fat Joe bullshit. 50-50, 50-50, stop. Puerto Ricans don't even like black folks like that. Stop, Fat Joe. Stop that. Y'all better wake up and understand what the fuck is going on. What? Look, all I want y'all to do, David for no compromise, James Youngblood, next time you see a home game for the Raiders in Las Vegas, Nevada, look at the crowd and tell me how many niggas you see. I want you to tell me how many real niggas you see in the crowd. I'm not talking about the football players, the staff, the coaches, the sideline niggas. I'm talking about the niggas in the crowd, in the sports books, in the sports box. I mean, in the skybox. You're not gonna see no black folks at them games. You're gonna see white folk and Latinos. As Dr. Carl Anderson teaches, we have become the permanent underclass, man. What the fuck is wrong with everybody? As the Federal Reserve keeps hiking the interest rate up. Gas $6 a motherfucking gallon out here. What you think gonna happen? Niggas gonna start robbing and killing motherfuckers. What do you think happens when shit is out of control? Gas is $6 a motherfucking gallon and it's the fall. It's not even the summertime. Motherfuckers ain't gonna be happy till it's $10 a gallon. Watch. And then niggas still gonna be getting gas like it ain't shit. And rent fucking $2,800 a month like in LA. We have so much other shit that we have to deal with in this life. Racism and white supremacy is the biggest. And the system is maintained by Mammy Sambo coons that are black folk and other racial groups who participate in it to keep us locked and boxed out of any type of resources that we can get, our hands on. Why do you think they don't want Trump to run again? Because Trump gonna be talking shit about everybody. He ain't gonna just be talking shit about niggas. See, every other racial group wants a president that's just gonna be talking shit about niggas and treat niggas like shit. But when you get a president that treat everybody like shit, I like my odds there. Because now did y'all hear what Donald Trump said? Not only said, okay, we're gonna get reparations to black folk, we getting rid of all these motherfuckers that's illegal. Get they punk asses the fuck up out of here. I don't give a fuck what color you are. The fuck you mean? You a freeloader. You're here for unearned benefits. You didn't pay into this system. You didn't put in on this, man. Fuck out of here. And what the fuck do you mean? Oh, I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican. Man, get the fuck out of here. That's why they was mad at that dude, Larry Krishner, talking about he was coaching the defendant. You goddamn right. He was replacing the system and establishing a system of justice. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what we need. Where the fuck are the rest of the goddamn Larry Krishners at? And the Keith Forsyths at? Where the fuck are they at? I'm still waiting. Fuck Tim Wise. I don't need no motherfucker giving me a speech about racism and white supremacy. I know how it works. What are you doing to replace the system? Not selling no punk-ass books and doing no punk-ass speeches. As Dr. Francis Wilson says, tell us what's been said when we're not in the room, motherfucker. Don't be fucking running your mouth. We know how the shit work. And then listen to Love and Hip Hop. Did you hear all those uneducated motherfuckers? David, I know you probably like, oh my God. And I don't watch the shit. I used to watch it when it first came out to see the complexities of it, but now it is kind of an actor's fucking debut for motherfuckers that can't act. And this show is ran by non-FBA, which is Mona Scott. And then, that's what I'm saying. This is twice I've seen this where a Puerto Rican woman done called a black sister a monkey. So that's how they been feeling. That's how they been feeling. Shit ain't nothing new. We better wake up. That's all I'm saying. Because this shit is not going to change unless you change it for the better for yourself. And don't be hanging around motherfuckers trying to explain to them what racism and white supremacy is. The first thing you need to do is tell them to read a book. I'm out. Guilty, nigga. Peace.